You know what they're saying in the big city. Go New York, go New York, go. They are off to a winning start in the 26 finals. And the man of the moment, as he has been so often, Jalen Brunson. The box score doesn't tell the story. What he did in the fourth does, rattling off 8 consecutive points for the Knicks, which pushes them to an 8-point lead. They trail by 14, by the way, in the second here. OG Anunoby with a miss. And it's Brunson who knocks it out to Bridges. Back to Brunson in the corner, and that whole Spurs bench knew this is the wrong guy to be nude in the corner because he might just bury it. He does. New York back in front. The Spurs could not dent the scoreboard on the other end. Then Brunson steps under Vassell. That pushes him to 30, and the Knicks roar back to grab a 10-point victory. They're now 6-0 this postseason when Brunson scores 30 or more. Mike Brown with thoughts on his do-everything guard.
He's a gamer, man. He you know, in the biggest moments, you know, he shows up. And that's what MVPs are supposed to do. We put the ball in his hands. We said we were going to live and die with him. And he went and he got it done for us. And that's happened time after time after time after time. He got to his spots, and he made plays.
Tim Legler joins us now from courtside in San Antonio on a night, Tim, where at times each side looked exhausted. The level of physicality was high. The night, for the box score perspective of Jalen Brunson, might not have been great. But when the game was there to be won, number 11 for New York made the winning plays. How do you describe his ability to play his best when the best is required?
I said on the broadcast, I've run out of adjectives for the guy in these moments, so I'll do my best. What it comes down to is just a certainty that he has that most players don't have. He's one of the rare players that under those circumstances, everything narrows for him. His focus narrows, his ability, I think because he's more of a grounded player. He's not a player prone, to playing vertical or playing, supersonic speed downhill. He's going to be under control, on balance, use his strength, his craftiness, his touch, to get what he wants, and he controls those possessions, really, I think, unlike any other player in the league. So, yes, 12 for 31, not the kind of night he wanted to have. None of it matters because he got to his number, and most importantly, when that time in the game came to end it and deliver and to control it, Jalen Brunson was the guy that separated himself from everybody else on the floor.
Speaking of numbers, if I look at Josh Hart, I could say, well, he scored 3 points. That's not a lot.
Is healthy and well. Jalen Brunson has passed Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and tied Luka Doncic in 30-point playoff games. Landry Shamet came off the bench, continued his hot shooting. He had 13 points, 3 of 6 from the three-point line, leading all remaining bench players in threes. Guys, look, Joe, this game, they go up by as many as 13 points, but the one thing you know about the Knicks, they're not going to die. They're not going to go away. And they just chipped and scratched and clawed until they got into the fourth. And the thing is with Brunson, even though it took him 31 shots to get those 30 points, you can't allow him to have those big quarters.
Nope.
Because as poorly as he was playing, he was missing a lot of shots. He can put a stretch together. We saw him in game 1 against the Cleveland when they were down by as many as 22. And he had one of those type of performances tonight, Joe. How were the Knicks able to get back in this ball game? I think they went on an 11-0 run, 12-0 run to close out the ball game.
Yeah.
And win another road game. I think this is 5 or 6 consecutive road playoff games in which they won by double digits, and that is an NBA record.
Hey, man, I want to give the Knicks credit. They've been resilient this whole playoffs, Ocho, and man, for them to come into San Antonio, I've heard conversations, saying that the Knicks playing in the Eastern Conference, that it was weak. They hadn't really played anybody. And, man, they come in there into a hostile environment in the finals and beat a young San Antonio team. And I thought the Knicks, they just want to stay close. This is their kind of game, 105 points, 95, San Antonio. I thought they had a plethora of guys who came in and contributed and gave great minutes. Look, you hold Wemby. Yeah, he had 26 and 12, Ocho, but 6 for 21. I think the Knicks will take that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You kind of limit some of the big plays, some of their stars, and Fox and Vassell. I didn't think they played great tonight, but the Knicks were awesome. Give them a lot of credit. Cat stepped up, played big. He didn't make no threes, but, I thought his defense, his activity, him and OG and Brunson down the stretch in that fourth quarter, bro. Big body Brunson making big play after big play after big play. He's shown he's one of the best players in this league, but not only one of the best players, but one of the best closers. He was very clutch tonight. Very clutch.
I mean, hey, Joe, this is what I told y'all before the series started. Everybody in the chat heard what I said. When it came to this series, I told you, not only have the Knicks rested, hey, the Spurs just come off a 7-game series, a grueling 7-game series. I understand how good they are. I understand that they do have the alien. But I told you, even playing in San Antonio, I said Knicks in 6 before the series even started. I know it's only one game. I understand it's only one game, but this is a small sample size of what's to come. We stole one at home.
Yeah.
Huh? Okay, and it makes it that much more difficult playing when you go to the Garden. The Garden is magic. The Garden is different from any other arena you can play in. With it being the playoffs, with it being the finals, it's going to make it that much more difficult for them to do what they need to do. Jalen Brunson was magical tonight. What we saw tonight in that fourth quarter, and you say, listen, before the game, what do we do? Play defense, trap him, throw different bodies at him, catch him coming from half court, make him work. It doesn't matter. When the rubber meets the road, like Unc say, and you got to have it, Jalen Brunson always shows up, despite being inconsistent, through most of the game and missing some shots. When we had to have it, we had it. Josh Hart played great ball on defense. Great ball on defense. OG did what he did. Karl-Anthony Towns didn't hit any threes, but he contributed on both ends of the floor. This is a small sample size of what you're gonna see. I still don't understand it with the ball knowledge that both of you have. You still pick the Spurs to win the goddamn series. And I told you before it started, Knicks in 6, get your Twix. Come on now.
You know what? I think the thing is that I thought Karl-Anthony Towns were unbelievable because he didn't settle.
Yep.
If you notice, he got on edges. He got to the basket, got the layup. He got a couple of and ones. He did a great job. It didn't matter if Wemby. He wouldn't settle. He put the ball on the floor, and Wemby's going to have to play him a little bit more square up. I know Wemby wanted to get up in a guarding position because he's afraid of him shooting the 3 ball.
Yeah.
But in the process of getting up in a guarding position, he allowed him to get on the edges. And Cat will drive the ball. He will. And I think that helped them a lot tonight. He did the same thing to Cornette. They allowed him to play on the edges and give Cat a lot of credit because once he put the ball on the floor, he was attacking tonight. And that's what you look. He did not settle, and he attacked tonight. I thought the guys, their guys came in. I thought Landry Shamet played well. I thought Alvarado played really well off the bench. OG got it going in the fourth quarter, and that's when you needed to have it. You need your guns to step up when you got to have it, and they're stepped up tonight. You look at Brunson gave you 13. I think OG gave you 8 in the third quarter. Guys and that's Knicks basketball.
Yeah.
Keep the ball game close and get it to the fourth quarter, and then we're going to turn the ball over to Brunson, who's one of the best closers in all of the closer, clutch, whatever phrase you want to use, he is that.
Yeah.
And he did an outstanding job tonight. Give Mike Brown credit. I thought he used his timeouts well. I thought he did a great job. He's like, look, let's just weather this.
Yeah.
It's raining right now, but eventually the sun's going to come back out, and they're not going to keep raining those threes like they did early. Champagnie had 5 in the first half. I don't know if he had another one after that.
Nah.
You look at Harper, played really, really well early on, and then they just started turning the ball over. I thought De'Aaron Fox had one of his worst games of the playoffs. He was bad tonight.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
He was bad tonight. He's going to have to play better, Joe, in order for them to win.
Hey, man, I thought they should have found more damn minutes for Harper, if y'all ask me, man.
Yes.
Hey, he started off higher,
but
Joe.
he just bring a different.
The beginning of the game?
Bring a different element to the game than Fox does because Fox is he a lot smaller.
Yeah,
I just think Harper is so much bigger and more physical opposing that he's able to impose his will a lot more. But for me, Ocho, that damn Josh Hart, man, your utility guy. He say, what you need? You need rebound? Boom, I got that. You need some defense? You need me to pluck somebody? He had 4 steals tonight. I got that. Assists. He assisted well, 6 assists. I thought his energy, his effort, his activity that he brings for this New York Knicks team, he only scored 3 points. Hell, if he do score a boatload of points, meaning anywhere from 15 to 22, that's a plus for them. But his energy and effort alone, man, takes them a long way. The man had 15 rebounds, bro.
Game high. 15 rebounds, game high, 6 assists, game high, 4 steals. First player since Larry Bird to reach those numbers in a finals game. Joe, he's so much more than points. And so he's one of the guys that you can't quantify by points. Because if you just look at him for points, you're vastly underrate just his importance and how valuable he is. Because like you said, he does so many other things. He will defend, he'll rebound, he can play passing lanes, he can facilitate an offense. He is so much more. And so when I grade Josh Hart, yes, we saw him in Cleveland when they's like, well, you can't score, we're going to slump off you, and he made them pay for that. He's so much more than points. And sometimes a lot of times guys only see their value if they're scoring.
Right.
He understands his value is so much more than points. He's all the other things that maybe you don't really see or notice during the course of the game. But like you said, Joe, you go back and look at it like, damn, this man had 15 boards, 6 assists, 4 steals, game highs across the board, both teams. So I thought he was unbelievable.
And this is the thing I like about Josh Hart too. Not only does he do things that don't show up on a stat chart all the time. He's gonna have games in this series where he shows up and scores 15, where he scores 20. You just don't know exactly when it's gonna be because OG is playing well. OG is consistent. Brunson is consistent, and it's by committee in a sense with him because some games when he doesn't score like this, he helps you out in other areas, like you saw.
Look
again. At any point before we continue to go and talk about this series and talk about the Knicks and their win tonight, you guys can jump off the Spurs bandwagon and flip. I'm just letting you know ahead of time. You can flip and come on to the good side.
Ocho, it's just one game, Ocho.
I said that. You said it was one game when they played when the Spurs played the Thunder. I said
it was one game. Yes,
you picked the Thunder too. You said it was just one game.
One game. Yes.
Okay.
Have the Knicks taking home court? Absolutely.
Hey,
absolutely.
All right.
Listen, all right. I agree with both of y'all. Ocho, Josh Hart, the highest plus minus tonight in the game at 22. You look at it when you say things that he does things that don't show up in the stat book. You're right, because when you talk about being physical on the screen, fighting over picks, he's a guy that it's hard to pick him, bro. It's hard to screen him because he's fighting over the top. He's still making it tough for the offensive man. He's not succumbing to the pick and just dying on the pick. Nah, he fighting over. He getting that leg over, staying in front of his man. Man, you know how hard it is, bro. It takes a lot of effort and will for a guy like Josh Hart, man, to stay in the game and really defend his man. He understands the assignment. You know, he can't down picks. He playing hard as I don't know what, bro. And that's championship basketball that the Knicks played tonight. I give them credit. Great game playing game one. And, they got to try to keep it up.
Yeah, I think the thing, Joe, is that you look at the Knicks, I think they had, 6-7 turnovers in the first half and only had 1 or 2 in the second half. That's the difference in the ball game. And we've seen the Spurs. They have a propensity is that once they start turning the ball over, Ocho, they turn it over at a high rate. It's kind of like back to back. It's like they get one turnover, they come back down, turnover again. And then again, taking fast shots. So you have to understand. You don't have to, just because you're wide open, walk into a 3, Joe.
Right.
And I think sometimes that plays into the Knicks' hand because you're really trying to blow the game open. And I don't know, look, it's hard to argue because they've hit some big shots in the Thunder series and before that series. If you notice, they were hitting big shots and doing it that way. But I think you have to understand the Knicks, you're playing into the Knicks' hands.
Yeah.
But I got to give the Knicks a lot of credit for the way they played tonight, down by 13, and then it's like, we're still not going away.
Yeah.
You haven't broken us. Yeah, we might be bent, but we're not broken.
Nah.
And for them to stay the course, like I said, you look at Brunson get you 13, you get OG give you 8, Josh Hart just rebounding the ball and defending and playing lanes and stealing the basketball. I just thought the Knicks team, and you can say whatever they want to say. You can say that, Philly was this and Philly was that, or Cleveland was this, and they're a very good ball club.
They are.
The thing that you got now is they got so much damn confidence that they belong and they can see the finish line.
Oh,
San Antonio's gonna have to play their best ball every single game in order for this not to be, because the Knicks, I told you, Joe, the Knicks are dangerous.
Yeah,
they believe. They believe. Now they can see the finish line.
I mean,
yeah, I can see it too. I tried to take
listen, you win 11 damn 12 games in a row in the postseason, bro, it says a lot. It says a lot about your team. And these guys, since that Atlanta series, I know we always go back to that, but since that Atlanta series, bro, they've been kicking butt. I'm talking about shooting at a high clip, defending well. Hey, this ain't far-fetched, fellas. They really believe that they can win it. And man,
and you think about it, Joe, 5 games. They won their last 5 games by double digits on the road. They beat Atlanta. Remember how they blew Atlanta? They beat them by 30 in game 4?
Yeah.
And then came back and beat them by about 100 in game 6. They did the same thing in Philly, put monster numbers on them, and then they open up with probably